Hey guys, welcome back to Gatsu Gaming. Today we're talking my new UI, the one that I spent a good bit of time here on the past 2 weeks getting set up. You can also see that my character select screen here, if you watched my picking a main video, has changed significantly. I'm now sitting Warlock on top, actually considering playing Mage quite a bit too. And then I have Druid, Paladin, and all the other stuff there as well. But looking to be actually playing Cloth DPS's expansion, so expect to see, you know, some Mage stuff, some Lock stuff, and a few other things. Without further ado, let's take a look at my add-ons here. So going in here to the add-on list, we have advanced interface options. This just lets you get in to change things. You can play with the C-bars and that, so you can still change your gamma, stuff like that if you really need to. Again, this is advanced interface options for a reason. A lot of it's going to make no sense to a lot of people. If you don't want it, you don't have to worry about it, but this does put a couple of things back that just help significantly improve the quality of the UI. I have angry assignments, that's purely for raid, not something you absolutely need. I'm running angry Keystones because I prefer this one over gotta go fast, I just like the look of it. Personal preference, they're both really good. I have AtlasLoot here and all the little modules for it because I love to know where things come from, although it hasn't actually been as useful as I would like. I may actually end up dropping AtlasLoot if it doesn't get a serious update here soon, because the Dungeon Journal actually does just about as good a job as anything does with it, so AtlasLoot may be getting phased out for me. I have Auctionator here, just for my auctions and things like that. I use this in conjunction with TSM, Trade Skill Master, which we'll get to shortly. AutoLootPlus, this just improves the speed of Blizzard's auto-looting. Every once in a while, for some reason, I'm not sure if it's my connection or if it's just server lag or what, but sometimes it takes a while to loot stuff. This just, for some reason, somehow speeds it up. I'm really not sure what this does, but ever since I've had it installed, I can't seem to get rid of it. So I run AutoLootPlus. We have Badboy. This just is a simple spam blocker and reporter. It's absolutely great for dealing with those wonderful trade chat spams of, hey, buy this gold, because I never see those anymore. It's beautiful. BuyMaxStack, you can get this on the TuckUI client. The TuckUI website is also on there too. This just lets you hold the Alt key to buy a full stack of something off of a vendor. This is great for max crafting. I've been doing it to trade in all of my Bloods of Sargeras and Primal Sargerite to make a bunch of consumables for my Mythic Plus group. Really, really helpful. Can I Mog it? This is just what I use to hunt down different transmogs and that, make sure I know that I have the appearance of it, so I can toss it to my friends if they need it. CleanBossButton, this is also something from the TuckUI client. This just makes it that it removes that, like, art that's around the boss button in that. It removes that, so it just looks like a simple button now. Makes my UI look a little cleaner. It's not something you absolutely need, but I have it just for where I have things set up. Details, and then I have details damage the game. This is just all stuff that came default with details. A lot of this will get turned off whenever I get into the next expansion here, because I won't need, obviously, Emerald Nightmare, Nighthold, Tomb, or Trial anymore, so we'll get rid of those. Improved Blood Trader, this just lets you see on the trader windows how much of the resource that you have that's applicable to buying stuff off that vendor. This only works for Blood of Sargeras and Primal Sargerite. Hopefully it'll get updated for BFA if we have something similar. Just a really nice little quality of life thing. For some of my weak auras and for a couple of my other add-ons here, I have Masque. This just skins things so that they all have the same general like outline and border, things like that. This is 100% only for cosmetics. This is nothing functional at all. This is just for cosmetic appeal. mOnAR's WardrobeHelper, this thing's great. Helps me farm all kinds of transmog. I don't think many people have actually seen me use it, because I don't think I've used it on stream at all. But WardrobeHelper is awesome. If you're hunting transmog, get this thing. OmniCC config. These come together whenever you download OmniCC. This stuff just lets you have the cooldown numbers on your action bars. It adds that back to it by default, but without turning on the baseline thing in the game, which sometimes conflicts with weak auras. So OmniCC is something you use in conjunction with weak auras typically, and I do use these for both my balance and my Warlock weak auras. So if you're going to use the UI, you will want to grab this as well. OrderhallCommander, this just gives us, of course, order hall extra stuff, takes care of all that jazz. Super easy, super simple. I'm just going to keep it around because I'm probably going to do a lot of order hall stuff in BFA just to make extra rep tokens because I'm still farming all those damn mounts. Pawn is purely there for stat weights to put in game. If you want to know more about Pawn, check out the Simcraft website, things like that. There's a ton of really awesome videos on YouTube explaining how to use Pawn, so I won't be going over that here. Postal, this just adds some quality of life features to the mailbox. There's mass mailing options. It saves all your character names, so you can just, click on a list instead of having to sit there and go, okay, this character is on this server. No, you'll know exactly which one's where. And you can click it and it'll make sure it goes to the right character on the right server if you're sending something cross server, or if you're sending it on your server. Make sure you don't accidentally send it to the wrong spelling of your name and lose thousands of gold. Definitely never happened to me before. Next up here, we do have the Raider UI add-ons here. These are just Raider IO, it's just the scores. I update these I think once a day or so they update. These are purely here to, whenever you're running a higher key, to make sure that the people that are queuing actually have the experience for that plus 20 you're trying to do. I normally don't really use this at all for lower keys. I just look and say, okay, have they done anything? Sure. And go off of that. Rematch is the best pet battle add-on thing ever. If you have not looked at Rematch and you like pet battles, I don't know how you didn't know about Rematch, honestly. There is an ElvUI skin for Rematch, so I have that too. Saved instances, this just tracks your raid instance, world boss lockouts for every character, all your daily and weekly quests, currencies, trade cooldowns, a whole mess of stuff. You can do a ton of stuff, but there's a ton of options in the options menu for it. So definitely check that out if you have a ton of alts like I do and you just need to look around and, get everything all together. SharedMedia additional fonts, this is purely here to add some fonts that I use in my UI. You will need to grab this if you are running my ElvUI profile, because one of the fonts is required, is from this. Otherwise, I think it defaults to something that's not so visually appealing, so make sure you grab this. Simulationcraft, this just lets you get that export string for raid bots, so you can sim your characters. This goes in conjunction, of course, with Pawn. Undermine Journal, this is purely an add-on that I use to know how much things are worth. It pairs very well with Trade Skill Master, so if you haven't run into Undermine Journal add-on yet, you should grab it. It just has historic price data for stuff, so you can see, how expensive that random, tome of polymorph porcupine you randomly picked up while you were questing is worth. Word to the wise, more than you think. Weak Auras 2, it comes with these things here, model pass options and templates. Just make sure all these are enabled whenever you go to do anything with Weak Auras. They are awesome. I have World Quest Tracker, but I'm getting rid of that, so ignore that one here. I'm using World Quest List instead. I just like the look of List. If you like Tracker, use Tracker. Doesn't really matter. They are both updated for BFA. WoWDB Profiler, this is just a data mining tool that I believe it's MMO Champ or Wowhead or one of them asks you to put in there. So I'm running it. It might actually just be Curse. I think it's Curse. Yeah, Curse, Twitch, whatever it is. This just records, I believe, some basic data for your, whenever you pick stuff up, it, picks up stats and stuff. Deja character stats, this just gives you full customization of your character screen's stat panel, so you can bring back things like movement speed, or, never ever bother showing certain things. It is absolutely great to make sure that you can tell, what a ton of your stats are, because they took that away in Legion, and I've been running this ever since. I am running Trade Skill Master version 4. I haven't played it too much yet. It's pretty neat. There's some great information out there on both Trade Skill Master 3 and 4. If you're into making a ton of money on the auction house, or you have the time for it, check it out. AddonSkins, this goes with the ElvUI pack that I am using. AddonSkins just takes most of your other add-ons and allows them to be skinned with the same ElvUI stuff that you're using. This is required for my UI build. Then we have ElvUI Enhanced BFA. This just adds a couple of nice quality of life features into ElvUI for you. This was originally ElvUI Enhanced Legion before, now it's BFA. It works awesome, does really cool things. I also have ElvUI CustomMedia. You'll want to add this too. This has extra fonts and textures in it that are used in my UI. ElvUI and ElvUI Config come in the TuckUI client. They're easy to install, they go super quick, and of course they are the basis of the UI. Then of course we also have Deadly Boss mods, and that is all of the add-ons there. So I will have a typed out list in the comments with what these are, just so you guys can look and, you know, pick and choose what you're after. So without further ado, let's get in game. Will hopefully only take a few seconds to get into the Blueberry convention that is the Warlock class hall right now. And I mean that 100% seriously. There's Voidwalkers everywhere in this place right now. Alright, so here we have the new UI. It's very similar to what I ran in the beta, which a lot of people really enjoyed, which is why I am making sure I hold most of that functionality over into the new UI here. Some of the things you will notice is that it's a little more stylized. I have some fonts changed up. If you look at my unit frames here, you know, you do have the portraits that are overlaid into them. This is actually default in ElvUI. I don't do anything special to get this functionality. It is right there for you. My chat frame is right underneath where it says Gatsu Gaming. I'm going to disable my chat blocker there so you can see. So there we go. This is the basis of the UI here. We've got details in the bottom right where we have had it in the past. I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys the UI in action here. You know, we'll just dot up this random mob here just so you can see some of the things going with it. So you've got the nameplate there. That is all baseline, simple. Debuffs show up over here. See everything there. The weak auras are here in the center. The positions on all the weak auras you will have to set up yourself. To match my UI, I will show you here momentarily here. Make him passive, and we'll just run away till we're out of combat. There we go. So in here, this is actually Warlock HUD by its FNR UI. Whoever FNR is, I've never heard them talk or anything. I haven't found a YouTube channel or anything by them, but they make some great weak auras. Great weak auras. They're awesome. I'm actually using their weak auras across the board. So if you're looking for any specific one I have on any of my characters, they are literally all FNR UIs. Every single one. We have Mythic Plus interrupt tracker that's in here. That'll be linked. I have Knott's weak auras as well for Warlock. I found I didn't use these too much, so I went ahead and disabled them temporarily while I tried FNRs, and I'm really enjoying the FNR ones, so we're going to run those. The positioning on these... where is that position? There we go. So the X offset is 0, and then the Y offset is -289 to have it at the height that matches where I have it. So 289 for the weak auras is where I have it. For those of you that are a little more familiar with weak auras, that is where that is. This bar at the top here is just baseline ElvUI as far as I know. And then, of course, buffs are up here. This is the little micro bar. It takes all of your icons. It would be on your mini-map and puts them underneath your mini-map in a nice, neat little bar. So there you go. Super, super simple. This does actually go and, you know, shows you your... this is your communities. This is skinned. This is working in ElvUI now. It looks great. I do have a Gatsu Gaming community for anyone who would like to join. I will also include a link to that for you guys if you would like to join that community in-game, so you can run Mythic Plus with me and you know, potentially help me farm some stuff if you're into that kind of thing. There's also a wonderful server-wide VNet thing here, so all sorts of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this, quick little look at my UI. I know it ran a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but I think you guys get the gist here. It's good, it's simple, it works, it's clean, and if there is anything else you guys have questions about or something I missed, leave a comment, let me know what you need to know, and I will try to help you out to the best of my ability. Thank you guys for checking in. I will catch you next time.